In today's video, I'm going to be presenting a case of what I think these books are in the book of Revelation. And I'm just going to read a couple of these verses here and talk about what I think the books that were open are and also what the book of life is. And I saw a great white throne and him that sat on it, whose face the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God, and the books were open. And another book was open, which is the book of life, and the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, according to their works. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged every man according to their works. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death, and whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. And I can go into another video about what I think the lake of fire is and all this kind of stuff, but I'll stick to this. So what are these books, and what is the book of life? All right, so let's go to the whiteboard here. So these are the books that I think are in the book of Revelation. We have the book of life, and the other books are the book of memory and the book of Deuteronomy. Why Deuteronomy? Well, because Moses, before he died, basically dictated the whole book of Deuteronomy and wanted Israel to remember everything that had happened to Israel after they left Egypt, and in fact the whole history of Israel. So Moses wanted the people of Israel to remember what was going on and not to forget, including when they turn away from God and go and follow other gods, that Moses would tell them to come back to Deuteronomy. Interesting, right? Like Moses was prophetic. He said, as soon as I die, you're going to turn away and go your own way. And that's exactly what happened after Joshua conquered Canaan and divvied up all the land to the 12 tribes. In the book of Judges, they all fell away almost immediately. And they needed saviors, 12 saviors, to help them. And that was the judges. So why the book of memory? The book of memory is found in Malachi chapter 3, verse 16. I'm also studying the book of Zechariah right now. I read it 5 times today, and I still don't fully understand Zechariah, but I think once I read it another 65 times, I'll probably have an idea of what the book is about. But for now, Malachi 3:16, then they that feared the Lord spake after one to another, and the Lord hearkened and heard it, and a book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared the Lord, and that thought upon his name. So I think this is one of the books that will be open, because anyone that fears the Lord and anyone that thinks upon him, thinks upon his name, listens to his word, basically tries to follow him as best as they can, all this kind of stuff, not turning a blind eye to the widows, the orphans, people in distress, all this kind of stuff. So I think that is one book. But what is the book of life? A lot of people have ideas and theories about it. Because I am a Christian, some of you might be thinking that anybody that's name was cast into the lake of fire, anyone whose name is not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. You might be thinking, because I'm a Christian, that I'm going to be automatically thinking that anyone that is a non-Christian will not be found written in the book of life. So only Christians are in the book of life. If that were the case, then in Exodus, when Moses is telling God to blot his name out of the book of life, this is before Christ died on the cross, before Christ came on earth, we were already talking about the book of life. So Moses mentions it in Exodus, saying, if you're not going to be with us, just blot my name out. Really, because God was saying, I'm so disappointed in Israel, I'm going to wipe them all out, and I'll make you into a greater nation, which almost feels like it could be like a parallel universe kind of thing. It's kind of weird, because he said, I will make you an even mightier nation than Israel, which is interesting. He didn't say like a future tense. It was just like, you will be a mightier nation, which is interesting, right? To think that way. But yeah, that's just a crazy thought. But Moses requested that his name be blotted out if God wasn't going to go with them into the promised land. And so Moses said, I will, but these are stiff-necked people and all this kind of stuff. So God changed his mind, repented, and led them into the promised land. So I think the people, let's talk about this real quick here. Right here. Who are these people that are right here? Who are these people in the sea? And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them. So who are these people in the sea? Well, these are the people before the flood. So when the flood happened, the whole world was covered in water. So all those people could be a million, could be 100 million, could be 1 billion people. We don't know. Could be thousands, whatever. I think it's probably hundreds of millions of people. That's just my guess. We're all dead and in the sea. These are the people that the sea gave up, which were in it. So, and any of those that were not written in the book of life from the people that died in the sea are going to get tossed into the lake of fire. So I believe that if you're a human being, you're going to be written in the book of life. If you're not a human being, if you're a hybrid, maybe an angel mixed with a human being, or humans with animals, or crazy stuff, messing with the DNA, cyborgs, whatever it is, those people will not be written in the book of life. And this is my humble opinion. I think all of humanity, anyone that is a human being, will be written in the book of life. And then those people are also going to be judged based on the books that I mentioned, according to their works. So that is my thought, my idea. And again, it comes from Malachi 3:16, the book of remembrance. So anyways, just my thought. Let me know what you think in the comments. Are you at all curious about what these books are? If you have another theory, let me know that as well in the comments. And feel free to subscribe. And thanks for watching. See you later.